Hey everybody, it is Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and I just got done uploading and I guess editing the first Texas Gun Vault poll question of the week in 5 or 6 months. And that's going to premiere tonight on the Texas Gun Vault 2 here on this channel. I also set a post on the main channel to hopefully guide people over here to watch it. I think it turned out really good. I asked everybody about what they think about clickbaity firearms legal channels, and I think the video came out really good. I got next week's question all loaded up, ready to go. I decided this week that I'm not going to do a commentary video because even though I got some great ideas on what I should talk about, none of them I really felt were, I don't know, good enough for a complete video. It's definitely stuff I need to talk about. And I made a list of all the things that people recommended, but nothing I think that's like super pressing that I could expand into a full video. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So I think I should just keep the commentary videos for when there really is pressing news on the main channel. So you guys do get that Texas Gun Vault poll question of the week. But as mentioned, I asked about clickbaity channels. And I want to talk about something that somebody mentioned to me once about the armed scholar, which is the main reason I made that poll question for this week, because of his clickbaity thumbnails and titles and such. Somebody asked me once, or said something in one of the comment sections of my videos where I kind of talk about this issue, and they said, I think that, I think his name's Anthony, of the armed scholar, he might be on the spectrum, the autism spectrum. And I hadn't really thought about that, which, if you guys don't know, I'm a teacher and I work with students, and sometimes I have students that are on the spectrum. Sometimes they're very high functioning and sometimes they're not. But I have gotten a good sense of when I have a new student to kind of, I guess I'm not an official diagnostician, but I can kind of tell, okay, there's an issue here, a learning disability or something that I need to assist them on, that I kind of figure out what their strengths and weaknesses are. And so I thought to myself, maybe I need to go back and watch some of the armed scholar's videos, because I've heard this from other people, that he might be on the spectrum. Now, I'm not saying that means he's a bad person, but it might explain why he makes the content the way he makes his content. And because I have a lot of experience teaching kids on the spectrum, I like to think that I understand how some of them think and operate. So something that a lot of students and a lot of people that are on the spectrum do is they have patterns. They have quirks, they have tics, and they have to do things in a very particular order, especially when something works and they feel very good about that and they have great accomplishments. They follow a particular pattern that they have to do. And so I went back and watched his videos, and the one thing that I would say is, yes, it is clickbaity. He says the same thing in the beginning and the end of the video, which is the same thing that I do. I have my, hey everybody, it's Jason from Texas Gun Vault, and as always, thanks for watching. I always say that in all of my videos. But he has a long drawn out intro and kind of a long drawn out outro as well. But he says the same thing, and sometimes he says it so fast you can't even understand what he's saying, just like that. You're like, dude, I don't know what you just said. Slow it down. But that's just me. I have a hard time understanding him sometimes. But then I started to watch his eyes. Now, if you guys follow his channel, maybe you guys will know what I'm talking about. Now, when some people are making content on YouTube, they're following a script. Now, one thing I do like about what he does is that he actually puts his face on there. There are other channels that you never see the creator's face, but he's up there. But watch their eyes. Now, when I make a video, I don't read off of a script, okay? I do have a bullet point script that sometimes you'll see me look to the right, because normally I put it right here in front of my fan, and you can't see it when the camera's on. And sometimes I'll stop what I'm saying, I quickly look over just to make sure I hit every bullet point, I'll come back, and I'll cut that. You'll never see my eyes move away from the camera. But some people read off of a teleprompter or read off of a script, and you can follow their eyes, and they read just like this, So if I was reading off of a teleprompter, you'd see this as I'm talking. And you guys have probably seen newscasters do that a little bit. And sometimes people will move their head. They're only supposed to move their eyes, but he's not a trained person on camera. So he moves his head, or you would think he would move his head a little bit. But I notice I don't think he's actually reading off of a script. Go back and watch his videos. I think he has a tic. And so here's his tic. So when he's talking, I'm going to try to imitate him here. As I said, go watch his videos. But sometimes when he's talking, he does this. His head goes back and forth, and his eyes really aren't reading anything. And then he always looks down and to the left. He'll do this. I'm doing this, and then he does this a lot. And this is a big sign in my book that he might have a spectrum disorder. And that doesn't mean that his content is bad. It's just what he does. And I think that might kind of explain why he makes the types of videos, because he's gotten a lot of success. And so he's going to follow that pattern until it doesn't work anymore. He can't see that his videos are clickbait. He just knows he gets a lot of congratulations and a lot of positive attention. And I guess for some people like myself, it comes off as annoying. Now, some people are going to say, you can't make fun of him if you think he has autism. The thing is, though, he puts himself out there and he is an attorney. So just having a spectrum disorder or having any disability does not make you immune from criticism. Just like with, what's her name, Greta Thunberg or whatever. Everyone says, you can't make fun of her. She has a problem. Okay. But she's put out there and the people put her out there. So you just can't say, oh, because that person has a disability, they're beyond criticism. But anyway, I was curious what you guys thought. I know some of you are fellow teachers. Some of you might be psychologists. Some of you might have studied this in some way. And I'm curious what you think. As I said, go back and watch his videos, because I'm not sure if he's reading off a script or a teleprompter, because when I follow his eyes, it doesn't look like he is, but he has this kind of a head motion back and forth, and he looks down. And it's this very, I would say, very steady pace, where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. And this motion is not like you're reading, and it's a tic. And I was curious what some of you guys thought. And maybe that would explain why some of you kind of feel annoyed by it, because not that what he's doing, but it's because he's like, I get this success. Everyone loves what I do. I'm going to continue to create the clickbait because it is what makes him popular. I have talked to 2 people that have met him in person at various gun events, and they say that he's very socially awkward. And I'm not going to, belittle him for that either, because I think I'm pretty socially awkward. I'm very much an introvert. I'm very much a loner, and I don't do small talk well. I know a lot of people are always surprised in the various places of my life. They go, you're not an introvert. I'm like, yeah, I really am. People think that because I create content on YouTube, I'm an extrovert. Well, it's just me talking to a camera or being by myself, editing videos or being out here working on firearms. Doesn't make me an extrovert. It makes me an introvert because I don't want to be around people. Or in the music world, because I'm a musician, people think I'm an extrovert because I'm up on stage, look like I'm having fun, dancing, playing, whatever. But in my mind, I'm like, man, there's a lot of people here. I can't wait to go home. And it's just the way that I am. And then when I go on break, I got to be by myself. I'll go find the green room or go somewhere where I can just be on my phone and get away from people. So I don't belittle him for that. But they say that he's very, very socially awkward. And the only reason I bring this up is to try to understand the type of content that he creates. And please do not think that in any way this is a criticism of him as a human being, because it's not a criticism of him as a human being. I believe that everybody has the same value. Everybody is the same in the eyes of God. So you just have to tailor your strengths and weaknesses and understand them for the goal at hand, what you're trying to do. But anyway, I want your insights. Do you think Anthony, the armed scholar, has a spectrum disorder? And do you think that plays into the type of content he makes? Once again, go over to his channel and watch his head. I'm telling you, watch his eyes and watch his head, and he does this. It's like 3 or 4 times, and then down. 3 or 4 times, and then down. And that whole downward motion tells me he's not reading a script. I can go, well, maybe the way he's made like a bullet point script, or the way he's reading, it's big, and maybe it's a teleprompter where it moves versus it being static. But his eyes go down every single time, like that. It's just kind of weird, and it seems unnatural. But I want to know what you guys think. And once again, I'm not belittling him as a human being, just wanting to get your insights. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I hope you like the Texas Gun Vault Poll Question of the Week, number 104 on clickbaity gun legal channels. So, as always, thanks for watching.